In this week's video, I'm going to be sharing with you helpful planning tips for your GLAMIS trip. This video is really helpful if you're just now starting your research and you've never been here before. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm Christine with Where in the World is Seattle, and I make travel videos every week to help you get up, get out, and go travel. So if you like to travel, consider subscribing. The last time I was in GLAMIS was when I was 6 years old, and that wasn't yesterday. So let's dive into some helpful planning tips. First thing you need to know is that you need a permit to get into GLAMIS during its high season. It's $35 for 7 days, and that's per car, not per person or not per campsite. It's $35 for the permit for 7 days per car. And you can pick up these permits either at the ranger station, and when we called, they let us know that we needed to go to one of the local stores. So you can see the map, link in the description below, for all the stores you can go pick up a permit at. And I do recommend picking it up at one of the stores because there's no processing fees versus if you were to buy it online, although you do get the convenience factor of that. The second thing you need to know is camping. There's the main camping grounds, which is Gecko. We decided to come to the Wash, and it's a pretty big area, and we came to one of the further reaches of the Wash. We're somewhere near Wash 19 if you want to check that out. I put a link in the description below. But here we are supporting ourselves with bathrooms and everything that we need. We brought in all our own water, etc.
That's the shower with this crazy tent thingy. And then we come inside. Looks like this.
And one thing to know, if you didn't know this about campfires, is that if you want to have oh yeah, we getting started up in here. If you want to have a campfire in California, you need to get one of those permits online. Another helpful thing to know is there's actually a lot of rules for GLAMIS, like more than I imagined, and they're all valid, but link in the description below. Make sure you read through them. The last time I was here, for example, when you're riding a quad, you don't need a flag on the quad. Now you do. So that's a quick example of a rule. Check them out in the description below. What about the weather? When's the best time of year to come? Which, by the way, if you're getting some value out of this video, cheers that like button and consider subscribing, and sign up for my email newsletter below. I send out super helpful travel tips all the time. I am here at the end of March 2021, and I am getting highs in the 80s and lows in the 50s or so. It gets pretty hot during the day, and I was pretty cold last night. But the time of year to come to GLAMIS is October through mid-April, with the best weather being October through January. Let's say that you don't want to camp. If you don't want to camp, know that the nearest town is kind of like 45 miles away. My sister came in and she stayed at the Ramada Inn. She paid $90 for the night. This was on a Friday night, again, March 2021. And then she drove in to join us for the day. And she also mentioned that there was only one restaurant in town, so I would consider camping. So what's there to do out here? Ride dune buggies and quads. It's the thing to do. Super fun. If you have them, you obviously bring it in, but if not, there are lots of places to rent. Link in the description below for where we went to rent a dune buggy. Super fun. But to give you a price point range, we paid $950 for 4 hours, and they got tons of rules around how you can ride them. One question people ask me, is it hard to ride out here? It varies. The dunes are behind me on this side, and they can get pretty challenging and difficult. Competition Hill, there's several hills that you can look at where you can see all the crazy people doing really awesome tricks. And then there's obviously, you know, more mellow riding, like out here in the camping areas. Obviously don't ride around anyone that's camping, but you can kind of pick your adventure. Here's a helpful tip to plan ahead. When you're checking the weather, also check to see how high the wind is, because we had a really windy day yesterday, which means I had sand in my food, sand in my wine, sand in my camera gear, sand in everything. So just a helpful tip to be aware of prior to coming out here. If you found some value in this video, cheers that like button if you haven't already, and drop your tips below as you're planning your trip. I'm Christine. I'm here every week with new videos. I hope to see ya in the next adventure. Ciao.